Okay, we just want to take a couple moments here to go over some of the hitches that we have available on eBay. A couple things we want to say about the hitches. All of our hitches are powder coated. None of them are spray painted. None of them are brush painted. The powder coat is far superior to any spray paint or brush paint you could get. Basically, powder coat is you apply the paint in a powder to the part. It's electrically charged. It sticks to the part. You put the part in the oven, bake the paint on. It's a baked on finish. It's tough stuff. It's a lot tougher than any spray paint. One of the other things I want to go over is that with the exception of the hitches, two hitch adapters you're looking at here on the end, all the remaining hitches and hitch adapters are made out of 1/2 inch thick by 2.5 inch thick steel. 1/2 inch thick by 2.5 inch wide steel. A lot of the other hitches you see out there that are similar to these are made out of 2 inches wide, 3/8 thick. So these are far superior as far as resisting bending and breaking and twisting. These are tough, these are thick, heavy hitches. One of the other items that we have on these hitches, with the exception of these two on the end, these two little ones, is there's an addition of a 1/4 inch hole going in the right hand corner of the mounting surface where they mount to your tractor or ATV. And we'll go over this a little bit more in detail later on, but these holes are provided so that you can, if you need to, drill an additional hole into the mounting point of your tractor or ATV hitch and insert a 1/4 inch bolt, which you'd have to supply. We don't supply them because most people are not going to need this feature, but this will eliminate any possibility of this hitch pivoting or twisting at the mounting point. Right now, you tighten them down with just a 3/4 inch bolt, good and tight. You can do pretty much anything with them. But there is some circumstances that you can come across as far as backing up a yard roller, something like that that's real heavy, that they may want to pivot. And you add this bolt, you add a 1/4 inch bolt there's no way it can pivot. It's impossible. So I'd like to go over a couple of the hitches. Right now we'll start with the basic adapter hitch that basically allows you to mount this to your tractor ATV using your current ball. We have two different styles, two different types. One uses a 3/4 inch mounting hole, which would use a ball that has a 3/4 inch shank, and the other one uses a 1 inch mounting hole, which will allow you to use a ball that has a 1 inch ball shank on it. These hitches provide you with an addition of a pin hole in the front. It's a 9/16 pin hole, and allows you to be able to use a trailer or any type of equipment that uses a pin hitch without removing the ball from your tractor. So you can either use a trailer that has a ball hitch or one that uses a pin hitch without having to take off the ball. They're real nice. They come in handy. One thing, you see a pin laying there. We make these pins here. They're basically 1/2 inch pin, 5 inches long, come with a little clip. Every hitch we ship out gets a pin with it. Okay, we're going to move on to the next hitch. These hitches are basically an adapter hitch. The one has a 5/8 hole where it mounts. Allows you to mount this adapter to a tractor ATV that has a 5/8 mounting hole, and it provides you with a 3/4 inch hole for your ball. So you can use a ball that has a shank size of 3/4 inch with this hitch adapter on a tractor or ATV that has a 5/8 mounting hole. We also provide the 5/8 mounting bolt with a lock washer and a nut. And this hitch also has the pinhole in the front, so you can use a ball and or a pin hitch trailer without removing the ball. And it also provides that 1/4 inch hole in the corner I was talking about. The one beside it is identical. The only difference is it takes you from a 3/4 inch mounting hole to a 1 inch ball hole. So you can use this on a tractor or ATV that has a mounting surface that has a 3/4 inch hole in it. And now you can use a ball that has a 1 inch shank, which is usually a heavier ball. The heavier, better made balls use a 1 inch shank, and the lighter duty one, like 1 7/8, uses a 3/4. Too bad I'm not. Yeah, see here. Let's go here. What we got here is a 3-inch rise and a 2-inch drop hitch. One style has a 3/4 inch hole. The other style uses a 1-inch hole. Both of these hitches provide you with the pinhole in the front, again, so you don't have to remove the ball. To use 2 different style trailers. A mounting hole in the back of them with the 1/4 inch addition of the 1/4 inch hole for if you want to add a 1/4 inch bolt to prevent any type of pivoting. These hitches, all these hitches come with the mounting hardware. They all come with the 3/4 inch bolt, lock, washer, and nut. This hitch provides you 3 inches of rise. You flip it over, it gives you 2 inches of drop. You can use it either way. Beside it, we have a 5-inch rise, 4-inch drop hitch. The same features. One style comes with a 3/4 inch hole. The other style comes with a 1-inch mounting hole for your ball. They have the holes in the ends. 9/16 hole for a pin, 5/8 or a 3/4 inch mounting hole in the back with the extra 1/4 inch hole. These hitches are all 1/2 inch thick, 2.5 inches wide. They're heavy duty hitches. Next we have what we call a 3-way 3-inch rise. These hitches, one has a 1-inch ball shank hole in it. The other uses a 3/4 inch ball shank hole in them. Both hitches have a 1/2 inch thick loop welded to the hitch. That's where you get the 3-way hitch name. You got the pin hitch in the front. You have a ball hitch in the middle there. And then you got the loop where you can put a chain or strap or hook or whatever you want to do some pulling and towing. Again, these are 3 inches rise. Next, what we have is pretty much the same hitch as the 3-inch rise, but this provides you a 5-inch rise. 5 inches of lift from what the original mounting point is. They have the loops welded to them. You got one that comes with the 1-inch hole. The other comes with the 3/4 inch hole. They both have the 1/4 inch hole in the corner. So again, these are heavy hitches. Probably the heaviest of this style that you can get. I don't think you can get anything any heavier. I see a lot of them out there that are 3/8. Again, 3/8 by 2. Now these are they're 1/2 inch by 2.5. So they're considerably heavier. They're powder coated. They got the extra hole. Got some features there I don't think you're going to find on any other hitches of this style. And I'm going to go over a couple more things here in a second. Let me just get things set up. Okay, I just wanted to go over a little bit with the difference in the material here. Maybe show you an example of what some of the other hitches that I see out there that's made out of. So you look at the one side, you see a piece that's 2 inches wide, 3/8 thick. You compare that to what we make our hitches out of here, which is 1/2 inch thick, 2.5 inches wide. I think you can see that there's a considerable difference. There's going to be a considerable difference in the resistance to bending, breaking, twisting. I just feel that the heavier material is going to make a far superior hitch than what you get with the 3/8 by 2. One of the other things I wanted to go over real quick is the difference between the powder coat and the spray painted hitch. So what I've done is I got a piece of material that we make our hitches out of, 1/2 by 2.5. This side's been powder coated. This side's been given 2 coats of spray paint. And what I got here is I got a DA with 80 grit sandpaper. I'm just going to hit this real quick. I'm going to see how long it takes to sand that down to bare metal versus the powder coat side. So here we go. Take but a couple seconds. That's right down to the steel. You know, you're rusting right away there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit this side. It's got the powder coat on it, and we'll see how much longer it takes to get down to bare steel. side, but it did make it down to the bare steel right here in the middle, just a little bit here. But as you can see, far superior protection against scratching and rust. This is the way to go to powder coat them. You don't want to get anything that's been spray painted if you want it to last. Okay, here we are. We're going to install one of these hitches. It's a 3-inch rise or a 2-inch drop. So it'd be a 3-inch rise or a 2-inch drop, whichever you need. I'm going to install this on my Cub Cadet. It's a 2182 Super Garden tractor. These hitches will bolt up to virtually any tractor, any ATV in the same manner. You take your bolt, nut, it comes with your hitch, 3/4 inch. You just drop it down in there. Put the nut on there, run it up finger tight. At this point you want to take it, you want to eyeball the hitch up. You want it to be nice and straight with the tractor so it looks good. Once you get it where you want it, then you just want to tighten down the 3/4 inch bolt. Good and tight. I'm not going to go crazy on this one, so I'm only taking it right back off. I want to tighten it a lot tighter than what I just did. This is just to show you how to put it on there. Once you get the hitch on there and the bolt good and tight, that should be all you need. The hitch really won't pivot unless you're really going to be applying a lot of pressure to it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drill out the 1/4 inch hole to add the 1/4 inch bolt, anti-pivot bolt I guess we call it. All you basically do is just put your bit down in the pre-existing hole of the hitch and drill through the mounting surface of the tractor or ATV. I'm fitting on the tractor and ATV, and it'll be a thicker or thinner material. And once you got the hole drilled, get rid of the metal shavings. Take yourself a 1/4 inch bolt, nut and lock washer. Drop that right down through the hole you just drilled. Tighten that up. Now that you got 2 different points where it's bolted, that thing will never pivot. Can't. So that's one of the big advantages to these hitches, is if you need to, you can drill that extra hole in there and not have to worry about having a problem with the hitch pivoting when you're backing up. Again, hitches are 2.5 inches wide, 1/2 inch thick. About the heaviest you're going to find. They come in a variety of sizes, different hole patterns, and if there's something that you need that ain't on eBay, all you got to do is send me a message, and I'm sure we can work something out to make something that you need to fit your application. Thank you.